I'm Max Andrews, I'm American, and I'm the recreation lead at COWS. So what brings me to Saudi Arabia? I came 5 years ago, and I came on the opportunity on a 2-year idea that I saw this Vision 2030, and I thought it seemed very, very interesting. And when I saw this opportunity at COWS, where you've got an incredible complex operation in recreation and leisure, I thought this could be very interesting. And if I take that with the combination of what's happening in the kingdom, it seemed very exciting to me. And I came for 2 years, and then after the 2 years, I thought, yeah, this really fits me. And now it's been 5 years, and I expect it to be many more. One of the things that really attracted me to coming and working at COWS and was the marine operation that we run. And I had a lot of interest in water sports and marine operations prior. When I got here and I started to experience the Red Sea and what's the resources that the Red Sea have, and the beautiful reefs and the lifestyle on the coast and the beaches, it really started to become an integral part of what I like to enjoy with my time. And so now, during the week, things I love to do is boat and spend time on the beach and go diving and snorkeling and just play in the sea as much as I can. And so it's great that I can look at this as an important part of my job, but it's also a fantastic leisure and recreation experience I get to live every day. One of the important roles I have here at COWS with managing all the recreation operations, marine operations, is the strategy developments on where are we at, where are we going, and what does that journey look like, and how do we project in the future of what the recreation should look like. And so often I find myself presenting on the current status of things and in the projection of where the future will be with the ideas and strategical concepts that we have. And we like to use a lot of data to do this. And so I end up in front of a lot of people often, presenting and speaking to them on these subjects. Yeah, so my first thoughts about Saudi Arabia actually was quite difficult to wrap my head around it because the things that you hear about and the things you see in media, my first thing was to kind of question, how accurate is all of that. And so I did do quite a bit of research to get a better idea of, what's happening in the kingdom. Also researched COWS and what's going on with COWS and the vision of COWS. And then again, to mirror that with everything that was happening in the kingdom, especially with the Vision 2030 that was happening. Seemed like a very interesting place, and whatever Saudi was then, it was clear it was going to be changing. And that's what excited me about coming in. I wanted to be a part of that. First things when I arrived and over my time here, it's been incredible to see how the hospitality that you get from the people here. I didn't expect that. That's something that you don't hear often back in the States. And when I arrived, how warm people were, the Saudis were to welcome me here. And another thing that I came as a specialist, being an expert at what I do. And when I came here, my first thoughts was I'm going to be teaching the Saudis how to do certain things and manage these types of operations in a more Western type of way. And when I got here, I realized there's incredibly talented Saudis here. They also have their own way of managing things. And I realized that not only am I coming as an expert, but there's opportunity for me to learn here as well. And that was something that really surprised me by being here is, some of the Saudis I work with are some of the most talented people I've ever worked with. So that also helps me with my own growth. Being here at KAUST, I really enjoy to be able to take part in lots of different various types of recreation, and not just at KAUST, but there's a lot of things happening in the kingdom. And so I'm able to not just do recreation in KAUST, but I'm also able to do a lot of different types of recreation outside of KAUST. And so, for instance, I enjoy golfing, and here at KAUST we've got an amazing golf course, but we've also got a great golf course in our neighboring course up in Cake, and then there's fantastic golf courses out in Riyadh. And so I get a lot of different exposure to be able to pursue that hobby, and with it also being part of my work.
Don't ask me to effing do that again.
Yeah, while we were filming, I actually, for the golf session, I hit a wedge shot, and it was a very nice shot, and landed just before the hole, and happened to take a good trickle in the right direction, and ended up getting it straight in the hole. So kind of a fun moment to be able to put on camera, and that was my first shot. So apparently I must perform well under pressure. So next time I'm in a tournament, I'd love to be doing this again, and probably hit a couple more good shots. Yeah. Social life is important to me, and I like to bring people together. That's one of the things that I enjoy doing both in work and in my private life. And meeting up with friends, meeting up with colleagues is an important aspect of that. I like to build relationships, and I've met so many great people here that come with their own experiences and their own cultures, and just such lovely people that I'm able to kind of be surrounded by, and I think being here, both in KAUST and in the kingdom, has allowed me this opportunity to really grow and enhance my exposure to different types of people and different cultures. And I think that's a very rich part of me being here. And so with this, I like to meet up for coffee or meet up to do different types of activities. And I think these things really help enrich my life of being here. I've traveled all over Saudi Arabia, and I've really enjoyed everything that I've seen. So many of the different areas, there's so much offered in terms of the different types of landscapes. Depending on what parts of Saudi you're in, they can be very, very different. The people can be different, the experiences. And so, I've been to Alula multiple times. This is one of those places that's absolutely incredible. And and then the empty quarter, and I'll tell you, when you're in the empty quarter and you're looking up at the sky and you see the Milky Way, it's really a powerful thing to experience. And then diving the gorgeous reefs in Alith, absolutely incredible, and Yambu and the different types of reefs and beaches that you have up there, and these are just to name a couple places. And then when you've got the cities, you've got incredible cities like Riyadh and Jeddah, and the things that are happening there when it comes to events and sports, and then they also have their own cultures as well there. And so visiting different parts of the kingdom has been an absolutely fantastic experience, and I've actually gotten around even more than many Saudis, so it's been a great thing to experience. So when I was first thinking about coming to Saudi Arabia 5 years ago, I never could have expected that there were going to be all these incredible sporting events that were going to be coming to the kingdom. And not just sporting events, entertainment events, and it's really incredible stuff. Just to name a few, you've got the F1, you have the men's and women's international golf tournaments, you've got the Dakar, you have the Middle East experiences, and that's just to name a few. There's so much happening. I never could have expected that, and luckily I've had the privilege to be able to attend many of these events and experience how they're happening, and it's been incredible to watch over the years how they've progressed as well. They're getting better and better and better as they're moving along. So I'm very excited, and also with a lot of the work that I do, I'm also playing a small little part in helping with those aspects, and very proud to see what the Saudis are doing with these events and the partners they're collaborating with. And I can't wait to see how these things progress in the future. One of the incredible things about being in Saudi, and especially this time during all the changes that are happening, there are so many different types of opportunities to learn new things. And so when I arrived here, I learned how to play the ukulele. I learned how to play the djembe drums. And these are things that I love it when I travel and I tell people, oh yeah, I play the drums, the djembe, and then they, well, where'd you learn that? Well, in Saudi Arabia. Okay, and it's something that I enjoy doing with my friends when I get out of work. But there's many different types of opportunities to learn new things, take up new hobbies with everything that's happening here. I started rock climbing back in college, long time ago at this point, and it was one of these sports that I really gravitated to because I love the culture that's around it, and just the way that people kind of support each other. But then I also loved the challenge of it. When you're up on the wall and you're high above the ground, and all you've got is your own devices, your hands and your feet, and there's a lot of times you've got to overcome your own mental situations. And, I really enjoyed that aspect of it. And, it pushed me to challenge myself. And then so coming to Saudi Arabia, I was very surprised once I got here to find out that there is a rock climbing culture here. And, the wonderful people involved, and it also, I happen to manage a rock climbing wall at KAUST, and it's a very nice wall. And we invite people often from outside KAUST to come and experience and climb together, and we've even kind of built a little community as well too. And we look to develop academies to help grow the sport in the kingdom. One of the things that I've experienced of being here is how different Saudi is than what I thought it would be when I first came. And another thing is to see how different it is than most people back home in America, in the US, feel or what their understanding of Saudi is. And I find myself wanting to share my experiences with them so that they can see that what's happening here on the ground. And sure, it's not a big scale of outreach, but I think as long as most of the expats that are here are sharing their experiences, and cumulatively these things will add up and help kind of reframe a bit of what's really happening here on the ground. Because the reality is that we live a very good balance of life. I feel incredibly safe here. I'm experiencing fantastic events, and I'm meeting incredible people. And it definitely feels like the right time to be here. And it's one of those things where you feel that you're in the right place at the right time in your life. Saudi Arabia has been a fantastic place to work. I've had an incredible time working with so many different types of people, working with the talented Saudis, and I've learned a lot in my time here, and I've been able to contribute a lot. And if you're looking for a place to make impact and you want to make a difference, this is the place to be right now.